Welcome back to High Tech Tabay. Ako si Jun Tariman. It's my first time to build a DIY wardrobe, and I use 8 power tools and over 20 hand tools and accessories to build that cabinet. Stay until the end of this video as I will discuss how I use each of these power tools, hand tools, rigs, and accessories. Please do subscribe to this channel and click that notification bell. Una sa ating lineup ay ang table saw na ito, yung pinapatungan ng mga tools. Ito yung table saw, hindi nyo lang makikita, but I'll show you some videos how I operate and how I use the table saw in making the cabinets. This is the Lotus 1800 watts table saw. The 1800 watts rating is the typical input power of most table saw for DIYers. That power is already huge enough and intimidating when it runs. This can cut up to 85 mm or over 3 inches thick when the blade is at 90 degrees and up to 60 mm or over 2.5 inches when bevel cutting at 45 degrees. The table is so small, maliit lang siya. It's only 65 cm by 57 cm. Although it can be adjusted because this is the extension here. You can pull this extension to the side and it will reach up to 635 mm or 63.5 cm. So cutting a whole sheet of plywood here is not possible unless you make an extension table for this table saw. Kinakat ko lang dito yung maliliit na parts ng cabinet na pwedeng magkasya sa table. Sa lakas ng andar ng makina nito, you need an ear protection to minimize the noise level on your ear. Also read the manual for the safety tips and do study first about operating a table saw before using it. If you're sensitive to sawdust, you must wear a mask or respirator mask and a goggle to protect your eyes from the sawdust particles. To minimize sawdust in your work area, you can attach a dust extractor or vacuum cleaner at the dust port located at the rear of this machine. And I also use this table saw as a working bench kasi wala naman akong permanent pa na working area, wala akong working bench, so ito muna ang ginagamit ko na working bench. Since I cannot cut or rip a large sheet of plywood or plyboard on this table saw, I use a circular saw instead. So I use this Bosch Cordless compact circular saw. It is powered by a 12-volt rechargeable lithium-ion battery. It's here. Sa dulo niya. Ito siya ang battery. It's only 12 volts, but it will last for several minutes. Okay? So, this is heavy duty. Maliit siya. It's like a big toy for the old boys. And it performs well. Maliit siya, pero actually it works. Okay, so yun ang tunog niya. I bought this last December just before Typhoon Odette struck Cebu, and it proved useful for me at the time because after the aftermath of Odette, there was power outage, so walang kuryente. Then I had to fix something kasi giba ng bagyo. So I was able to use this circular saw in cutting plywood and wood. The blade of the circular saw is small. It's only 85 mm. It's smaller than that of a regular circular saw, and also thinner. No, at least than a millimeter. In fact, the size is only 0.7 mm. The thickness of the blade. So, nabit yung blade niya. Nakita ko ulit later. The thinner blade, although is enough to rip and cut a whole sheet of plywood or plyboard. This can cut up to 26.5 mm or about 1 inch thick at 0 bevel angle and up to 17 mm at 45 degrees bevel angle. This is a double handsaw. This is from Lotus. This is for flush cutting or cross cutting and ripping. Dalawa yung ngipin niya, nasa itaas at saka nasa baba. Yung nasa itaas niya, medyo coarser, pang ano siya, pang malakihan o pang pabilisa na cutting. And below, marami siyang ngipin, so it's for finer cut. Okay. So, this is really useful when you cut smaller piece of wood na hindi na kailangan pang gumamit ng power tools. This is 14 inches long and I bought this at only 409 pesos. And the material here is made of a high carbon steel. This one did a great job for my cabinet making. This is Stanley sander. It makes my sanding faster. It's a 240 watts and it is called 1/4 sheet sander. I'm telling you why it is called 1/4 sheet sander. Well, kung ito yung sandpaper, ito yung ginagamit ko para dito sa sander. Just an ordinary sandpaper, okay? So you fold it lengthwise, ganito. Pagkatapos, i-cut mo siya into two lengthwise. Then pagkatapos, yung lengthwise naman na 1/2, you cut it again, you fold it again into halves. And cut it again. And also this one, you cut also into halves. So, yung resulta ay you have 4 na pieces of sandpaper. So, kaya nga tinawag siya na 1/4 sheet. And I think you are familiar or we are familiar with 1/4 sheet during our high school days. Okay? 1/4 ma'am. Okay? So, bakit siya 1/4? Kasi, kasyang-kasya siya dito. Ilagay ito yung sukat para dito sa sander. Paglagay dito, madali lang siya. Yung clip siya dito, i-release nyo lang. Then, meron naman itong, again, may lever siya na clip. Then, may clip siya sa harap. So, yung paper ang, yung sanding side ang nasa taas. Then, lagay mo dito sa clip niya. May clip siya dito. Pagkatapos, you just press the clip here. Then, pagkatapos, you fold. Then, dito naman sa kabila, meron naman siya ditong clip. At ito yung lever niya para lock. Then, lagyan nyo. Then, click it again. Ito na siya ang itsura. Okay? So, may sander ka na. But, hindi pa yan tapos. Wait, there's more. Ang sander na ito ay may kasama siyang puncher plate. Ito siya. May tawag nito siya? Pointed. Basta itong puncher na ito, makikita niyo, may mga pointed something siya dito. Then ilagay niyo dito sa plate. Tamang-tama siya. So, just put it, pagkatapos, tampasin nyo lang. Okay? So, ang resulta, makikita nyo, yung sandpaper may mga butas-butas na siya. The purpose of the butas-butas diyan is to let the dust suck by the sander. Then, kung masasak niya sa saon, ihigupin yung alikabok, yung dust, yung sawdust, papuntang, tawag sawdust, itawag yun. Ay, basta yung dust galing sa, due to the result of the sanding. So, not sawdust, okay? So, yung dust na mula sa pagliliha, higupin ng sander, then ilabas siya dito sa exhaust niya. But actually, meron siyang dust bag. Ito ang dust bag niya. But this dust bar can also be removed. Pwede mo palitan ng hose sa extractor or your vacuum cleaner. So yun. The only negative that I found on this tool is itong maliit niya na switch. Ang hirap siya i-turn off pag kung ginagamit mo na siya. So hahanapin pa ng kamay mo unang ng daliri mo kung saan yung switch. Okay? It's so small. I don't know bakit lagyan na ng small. Pwede naman palakihan ng konti ito, di ba? Okay? Now, speaking of sanding, not all surface areas can be clean or finished by the sander. Kailangan mo rin ng tinatawag na sanding block. Improvise lang, baka ng kahoy, piece of wood, then lagyan mo ng sandpaper, so okay na siya. This is useful in sanding corners, yung mga edges ng cabinet, so dito sa gilid, itong gagamitin mo. Okay, kasi hindi na pwede gagamitin ng sander, so you can use an improvised sanding block. Now, speaking of dust, alikabok, mayroong pang panglinis. Ito siya. May video ako nito last year or the other year. Check the description below. May link ako na nilagay dyan. Dalawang videos yun. Now, this is a Lomvum electric air blower. I find this tool very useful in maintaining cleanliness in our work area, especially after sewing or sanding. Now, it helps your tool also always clean from debris. Matatanggal yung mga debris sa saw or circular saw, just in case. You can also use this air blower as a vacuum cleaner. Gawin nyo lang is tanggalin tong nozzle niya at saka transfer nyo dito sa kanya exhaust. So, not exhaust but the inlet, ito siya. Okay? Ng suction. Okay? So, pag mag-on kayo, although mahina lang yung vacuum function niya, but it does the job kung wala kang magagamit na vacuum cleaner, okay? But itong air blower, it's so useful. Malakas siya. So, pangtaboy ng mga debris at saka yung mga sawdust na nasa circular saw, pwede tanggalin niya. This is actually rated 1,000 watts and the motor is capable of 16,000 revolution per minute. Ang air pressure niya is 3.6 cubic meters per minute. Next on my lineup is this very small compact drill. This is one of the few Lomvum tools that I bought. Yung una, yung air blower. At ito ito yung una nabili ko actually. So, ito yung compact drill. It's a Lomvum mini drill. You can use this for drilling holes and also screwdriving. Sa cabinet making, ginamit ito for pilot hole drilling, okay? So, before ko mag-screw, itong ginagamit ko pag gumawa ako ng pilot holes. And although this is not strong, in fact, limited lang ang power nito. It has only 250 revolutions per minute. And yung maximum torque niya is only at 3.5 Newton meter. But one of the features here, this is transformable. You can just transform this into a handgun form. You press the push button here and twist, and the handle parang handgun na siya. I have a video on this when I review this first. Please check the description below. For driving screws which needs more power, I use this Bosch 18-volt cordless screwdriver. This is also capable of impact drilling and driving. You can adjust the torque here according to the situation, up to 21 Newton meter for soft screw driving and up to 54 Newton meter for hard screw driving applications. So you just imagine ang torque niya ay abot ng 54 Newton meter, while itong Lomvum na compact mini drill is only up to 3.5 Newton meter. So lopsided kung ikumpara mo itong dalawang to. Okay? So, although malakas to siya, but I would still prefer using my heavy duty electric drill for concrete drilling and compact drilling because it has more impact power. And another thing also, sometimes the battery pack of this drill will slide out. So, magtataka lang ako bakit na off siya. Pero tulad nito, hindi siya ma-on kasi yung battery niya is natanggal. Sometimes siguro napindot kong button or whatever, hindi siya nag-on. Okay? This has two battery packs and a charger and a set of bits. Kasali na siya sa isang box. At sa isang box, meron din siyang maliit na box. Itong box nito, andito yung lahat ng mga bits niya at sockets. I bought this at only 6,000 pesos plus instead of 9,000 pesos because naka-sale siya at the time. This is one of my Mitsushi tool, Mitsushi power tool. This is the Mitsushi electric nail gun. Remember, it's electric, not pneumatic. This is well built. Although the nailing force niya is much weaker ikumpara mo doon sa pneumatic, but with a little tweak, it works, or it does the works well. Check my previous video about this tool because I have a review on this. The description or the link is on the description below. Please check it out. I use the nail gun to secure the position of the face cover of the drawers prior to driving screws. So, gamit pa rin ito siya. This Bosch mini grinder, medyo konting mabigat, konti lang, okay? So this Bosch angle grinder is one of the latest power tools that I have purchased. This is classified as mini grinder considering its size. The handle is slim, so it's make it easy to grip. Then the blade size is only up to 100 mm in diameter. The motor is 670 watts. I use this grinder in cutting the stainless steel pipe that I use for the hangers of the cabinet. So hindi na ako gumagamit ng hacksaw. I just use this grinder. Tapos na tayo sa 8 na power tools. So dito naman tayo sa jig. Meron akong jig dito. This is the jig for the installation of door slides. You can actually use this one, but not all the times ginamit ko to kasi mas convenient na gagamit na lang ako ng wood spacers, okay? Because this one medyo hassle na kunti. Tapos ilagay mo to sa cabinet, i-attach mo siya sa gilid, then you have to clamp. Sometimes nahihirapan ako sa clamp, so I'd rather use yung wood spacers na lang, okay? But still it works. This is from Kreg, okay? And alam niyo na kung ano yung Kreg. And the other jig that I also bought from Kreg is itong mas gamit ito. Ito yung Kreg na jig for drilling concealed hinges, okay? Yung butas ng, the butas ng concealed hinges. So madali lang itong gamitin. Yung drill bit niya is the Forstner bit. So ito yung gagawa ng circle doon sa sa cover ng cabinet. So ito yung Forstner bit niya. So paglagay mo dito, ang gagawin lang is madali lang naman itong gamitin. All you have to do is you put the base on the table, you clamp it para secure yung posisyon ng hole nyo, hindi siya unstable. So you make it stable, you clamp this, dalawang clamps dito sa side niya. And this one is sa side ng wood. And you can also set the distance of the hinges. Meron dito 5mm at meron 6mm. Ginamit ko is, I think, nakalimutan ko, 5 or 6. It's either 5 or 6mm ang gamitin mo. Meron siya adjustment dito. Yung itong 5 and 6mm is to yung distance of the hole, yung gitna ng hole, from the edge of the wood. Okay? So madali lang siyang gamitin actually. Then not all holes can be done using power tools. Merong mga areas na talagang gagamit ka ng hand tools tulad lang ng chisel nito. This chisel, maliit lang siya. It's I think 6mm na siguro to na chisel. Ginamit ko to siya when I make the hole for the drawer lock. Then ginamitan ko ng rubber mallet. Itong rubber mallet. Yung rubber mallet, dito ko pinukpok. Ang nakaganda nito, itong chisel nito, because yung yung steel dito is diretso dito sa dulo niya, sa ulo niya. Unlike the other chisels na siguro nakita niyo na pag pukpukin niyo dito sa katagalan, magsisira yung yung handle. Ito din hindi. Kasi yung tubo dito, yung steel ito, na tubo, but the steel mismo, the solid steel, ay iabot siya hanggang dito. So, very strong, very, very durable ang chisel na to. Then I use this, this rubber mallet for other purposes also. Kunting lang, kaysa martilyo gagamitin, masisira yung kahoy, yung plywood na ginamit natin. Then I also use screwdrivers. Manual, because this handed screwdrivers is also useful. Hindi lahat ng panahon na gagamitan mo ng cordless or electric or motorized screwdriver. Meron din panahon na gagamit ka nito. And also, again, speaking of butas, meron din akong ginamit na hole saw. Itong hole saw na ito, isang set to siya, gamit na gamit ito. I also use this when I drill the hole for the lock ng drawer. Okay? And also, syempre, hindi mawawala ang tape measuring tape. And whether or not you are into DIY, you should have this one in your homes because gamit na gamit ito. Okay? Pang-measure ng distance. Okay? Ng dimensions, ng sizes, ng dimension, or whatever gagamitan nito. I have 2 of these. Nilagay ko dito sa work area ko. Isa naman doon sa baba para hindi na ako aakyat. So, I think I have 2 or 3 ng tape measure. I have several clamps kasi clamps are necessary for DIYers. Kung ikaw lang mag-isa, wala kang assistant, siyempre you need more than 2 hands. Naman pwede na lagyan mo ng pangatlong kamay dyan kasi dalawa lang yung kamay mo. So you need a support. So ginamit ko is yung clamps, okay? And I have few kinds of clamps. Ito siya, bar clamp to. This is also from Lotus. Ito yung itsura niya. Pag mag-adjust ka, madali lang kasi may clip siya dito. I-press mo lang para sa rail niya. May rail dito, may ngipin, may mga slots. So just press this one to move in the bar. So throughout this bar clamp. Although not so convenient because when you tighten the clamp, you have to use this the old style. Mayroong thread siya. Yun ang gagamitin mo. I also have other bar clamps. By the way, ito pala siya is 24 inches. Meron din ako mas maliit dyan. Ito yung 18 inches na Creston bar clamp. Mas madali itong gamitin actually. Gusto ko to. May button siya dito. Pag pipress mo to siya, you see, magda-drop siya. Then when you want to adjust this one, just press the button, then iangat mo siya. So you can actually use one hand dito. For example, this one, lalagay mo dito, you just press the button and nakalock na siya agad dito sa table. Then when you take this out, just press the button, then pull down the handle, pwede mo matanggal agad. And I also have the smaller clamps. Ito siya, ginagamit ko to para sa mga ibang bagay. Dalawang klase. Actually, maraming sizes siya. Ito, pareho lang ang sizes niya. But actually, mas stronger itong blue. Hindi ko pa halos ma-open. Ito, kayang-kaya ito siya sa isang kamay lang. Ito, kailangan ko dalawang kamay. Medyo stronger ang spring nito. Meron din maliliit dito. Ginagamit ko rin. Then, I also have this bar, C-clamp, okay? This is 4 inches ang size nito. This is the traditional, yung, I remember when I was in high school training for practical arts and industrial arts, meron kaming marami nito sa school, shop namin. Okay. So C-clamp, this is made of steel, so bihira pa itong ginagamit. Pang kung kulang yung mga clamps ko, ginagamit ko na to siya. Then, this is very durable because it's made of steel. Pero, kailangan maingat ka. Pag gamitin mo to, lagyan mo dito ng pang-caution. Lagyan mo na to ng cloth. For example, basahan. Lagyan mo dito. Para hindi masisira yung plywood mo o wood. Then, finally, I also have another one here. So, this is actually the corner clamp. Gamit na gamit to in cabinet making because to secure the cabinets na magiging square talaga siya, meaning the sides of the cabinets are 90 degrees from each other, you need to have a clamp like this. Madali lang siyang gamitin. Lagay mo dito yung side ng isang plywood at saka naman dito yung isang side ng plywood. So, ang mangyari niyan is kung dito yung isang plywood at saka dito yung isang plywood, pag na 90 degrees siya, then ma-secure siya because you can adjust the grip here. Ma-tighten siya. Then, kung natatight siya, that's the time na pwede mo na siyang i-permanent yung plywood by using a screwdriver or nail. Speaking of square, I have this plastic square, squala in our language. As the name implies, it is for squaring, which means the squared sides should be 90 degrees from each other. Okay, and there are many types of square with various specific purposes. This one is called speed square. It's triangular. Okay, it can perform the functions of the combination square, the tri-square, the framing square, since it can also calculate and mark angles. Meron dito siyang nakalagay na degrees. Take for example, ito yung plywood mismo. Nakaganon siya. Then you want to cut an angle, let's say 45 degrees, so nandito 45 degrees. So gumawa ka ng line. Gawa ka line dito, so you can make a triangle. Okay? So incline siya. So madali lang siyang gagamitin to. One of the most useful tool in carpentry, building construction, is this little guide. Okay? Ginamit ko to sa pag-level ng door slides and also the drawer. Kaso lang, this is too long. Mas mahaba to. You can buy a shorter one para depende kung saan mo gagamitin ito, kung wall to siya, kasi mahaba. Meron pang mas mahaba nito, but you can also buy some shorter ones para it's so convenient to use. Ito medyo mahaba siya. You can use horizontally, kasi andito yung leveling, dito yung liquid niya. Meron din siyang pang vertical, kasi meron din siya dito, and meron din siyang pang incline. Naka-incline siya. Okay? So, multi-purpose. But again, there are shorter ones, so you can buy the shorter ones, depende sa kung saan mo gagamitin. And finally, in my list here of tools and accessories, ito yung heavy duty na AC outlet, AC extension outlet. I was the one who assembled this one. Bili ako ng heavy duty na Omni extension outlet. This is for 16 amperes. Then bumili na ako ng malaking wire, kable. Ito na yung wardrobe ko. Hindi pa siya tapos. Actually, kulang pa siya ng door. But I'll be installing a sliding door for this. So, that's all for now. Please subscribe to this channel and click that notification bell. Okay, salamat. Ako si Jun Tariman. High Tech Tabay.